Skip this intro. This couple rents a fancy pants mansion right along a lake. It's their chance to rekindle a romance, to just forget about the world for a weekend. But oops, another couple randomly reserved the same place as you, and that's how we get the beginning of Bone Lake. Okay, so it borrows a little bit of the plot from the movie Barbarian, but it's definitely not going to get as twisted as Barbarian was. Okay, so back to the two couples. There's a lot of sexual tension. There's a lot of mind games. So is it all coming up to a boiling point? You bet it is. The name of the movie's Bone Lake. You know some fucked up shit's gonna happen on that lake. So all this tension and all these mind games are shoehorned in between a super gory opening and a super gory ending. So you're really gonna be entertained by that. Trigger warning for you, if you have any sensitivity about crotch pain in this movie, there are scenes which are gonna make you reach for your nuts. It's an entertaining, snappy, 90-minute horror fix that you need just in time for Halloween. So how believable is it to you to have Liam Neeson, a 73-year-old man, free climbing up a mountain, just like Tom Cruise did in Mission Impossible 2, and fully be able to scale that mountain? That's the opening scene to Ice Road Vengeance, the sequel to a movie nobody asked for a sequel for, Ice Road. It was decent. Well, you got a sequel here on Netflix. So if you did see the original movie, you'll remember there was a PTSD brother who kind of stringed along with everything he did. Well, guess what? He's dead in this movie, and he's cremated. And his last wish was he wanted his ashes scattered on Mount Everest. Tall fucking order. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna put that in my will. Dear Mom, please climb up Mount Everest and scatter my ashes. But guess what? The TSA doesn't allow urns on a plane. They only allow plastic containers. So, cut to a bathroom scene of dumping your brother into a plastic container so you could take him on a plane. And, you know, maybe you spill a little on the edge of the toilet. So he just wants to put his brother to rest. But we can't have that. This is a Liam Neeson movie. So the next thing you know, he's on a bus, taking a tour, and Nepalese terrorists come in with their guns and are kidnapping somebody. And that leads to Liam Neeson kicking ass and this whole chase that actually leads up the mountain. Okay, so I know it's a sequel that nobody asked for, but it's a Liam Neeson movie. It's junk food. I think if you like the first one, you might like this one, especially if you're all jazzed up after watching the latest Naked Gun movie. What this movie reminds me of is, picture Walmart. Do you remember when you used to walk into a Walmart and they would have this big dump trough of movies that you had to dig through, and it was like, oh, $5 for, like, you know, a 5-pack of movies. Those 5-packs always had like 2 classics on them. There would be like Taken and The Gray, and then there was always 2 bullshit movies, which were like, maybe you'd have the sequel to Taken. And at the end of the list was a movie you never heard of, you weren't even curious about, and that's where this comes in. It's a decent time waster. You can keep it on in the background. Maybe it's only for the strict Liam Neeson fan out there. This is like a comfort movie for grandmas. They think Liam Neeson is handsome. They need something on in the background at the home. This will keep your elderly in line. Endangered. The movie where if you tell your girlfriend in the beginning that you are taking her to a luxurious mountain hotel, and what you really do is drag her into the woods somewhere to go camping, you kind of deserve to die. And that's what happens to the boyfriend in the first 10 minutes of this movie. So it turns out drug runners also hang out in the woods. And, you know, they're doing what coked up drug runners do. They're running around in their van. They're running over joggers. Oops, one of them happened to be a cop. So these woods weirdos kill the boyfriend and spend a good chunk of the movie cat and mouse chasing this chick around the woods, who looks a lot better on the back of the box than she does in the front. They should have switched those pictures. She looks much better here than here. This is odd. So she's running around. She doesn't know who to trust. Characters are popping out of the woods. And I say she doesn't know who to trust because there's at least 4 to 5 double crosses in this movie. Like, if you were to take a shot every time there's a double cross in this movie, you'd be plastered about 2/3 of the way through. Oh yeah, and the bad guy from Karate Kid, Martin Kove, he's in there. He's skulking around the woods for the first hour of the movie, not really doing anything. And I was like, when the hell is he going to do something? What is his point in this movie? Other than maybe they had some extra money and they're like, we need a star in this movie, better throw the bad guy in there. So he tries real hard to look like Rambo for the whole movie. And I don't want to spoil what his whole point is in this movie. So The bottom line is you got a B movie. It's not dark and nasty and mean like I Spit on Your Grave or anything like that. That's a much better movie. I could see why this movie is forgotten, but the chick in it is decently hot, and for somebody who's only been lost in the woods for like a day and a half, she sure finds a reason to bathe at every chance she can. So good job, director, on that one. Movies like Endangered are probably made in 7 days. They are cheap. They were looking to crank these out. They were looking to have one recognizable star, a whole lot of nudity, a little bit of violence, and that's how they made money at Blockbuster. We looked online to see if it's streaming anywhere. I don't know if it is. It's probably definitely on YouTube at least. Maybe Tubi? I don't know. Look for it if you really care. Hey, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching Quiet Corner TV, Red Hood Movie Reviews. You keep coming back, I'll keep watching, and I'll keep talking. Talk to you later.